Did you know that the wrong kind of nuts could raise your risk of heart disease by nearly 50%, especially if you're over 60? That stat isn't just a scare tactic. It comes from a multi-year study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Here's the alarming part. Many older adults think they're snacking smart, when in reality, some of the most common nuts in your pantry might be silently raising your blood pressure, clogging arteries, sparking inflammation, and even affecting your brain health. And there's one nut in particular, we'll reveal it later, that's linked to a toxic compound that builds up over time, damaging your liver, kidneys, and even brain function. Shocking, right? What's worse, it's the same nut often promoted in popular low-carb diets, and chances are it's sitting in your kitchen right now. But don't worry, this video has got you covered. We'll walk you through the best nuts for heart, brain, and bone health, and the ones you should avoid at all costs. Stick with us until the end, because the final nut on the bad list hides a dark secret that almost nobody talks about. Before we jump in, drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from, hit that like button, and subscribe for more life-saving health info. Alright, let's start with the top 4 nuts seniors should be eating. Number 4. Almonds, the bone builder. Almonds are like nature's calcium pills. Just a quarter cup a day gives you nearly 100 milligrams of calcium, crucial for preserving bone density as you age. But what makes almonds extra powerful is their combo of calcium and magnesium. That magnesium helps transport calcium straight to your bones, rather than letting it build up in your arteries. They're also loaded with healthy fats that lower bad cholesterol, LDL, plus they pack about 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, which is great for digestion, especially in older adults. And don't forget brain health. Tufts University found that almonds' antioxidants protect brain cells from oxidative damage that contributes to cognitive decline. Pro tip: go for raw or dry roasted almonds with the skin on. The skin contains flavonoids that work with vitamin E to supercharge antioxidant protection. Chew thoroughly, especially if swallowing is a challenge. Recommended dose: 15-20 almonds a day. Number 3. Walnuts, the brain booster. It's no accident that walnuts look like little brains. They're rich in alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that keeps brain cells flexible and sharp. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that eating just 1.5 ounces daily improved memory and processing speed in seniors. Walnuts also contain unique compounds that cross the blood-brain barrier to fight inflammation, slowing down the progression of Alzheimer's and dementia. And get this, they even have melatonin, which can help regulate sleep cycles that tend to go haywire with age. They're also heart heroes. With a mix of arginine and polyphenols, walnuts help blood vessels stay flexible and reduce oxidative stress, working hand in hand with blood pressure meds. Storage tip: keep them in the fridge so their healthy oils don't go rancid, and if you can, crack them yourself. It's a great hand exercise for fine motor skills. Daily dose: 7 to 9 walnut halves. That slight bitterness, it's a sign of powerful antioxidants doing their job. Number 2. Pistachios, the natural blood pressure regulator. Pistachios are one of the most underrated nuts for senior health, especially when it comes to managing blood pressure. What sets them apart is their excellent potassium to sodium ratio. Just one serving delivers about 285 milligrams of potassium, and they're naturally low in sodium, which helps offset the salt-retaining tendencies that often come with aging kidneys. That can lead to a drop in systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, comparable to some medications but without the side effects. These little green gems are also rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, powerful carotenoids that protect your eyes from macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. Plus, pistachios have a gentle crunch that's easy on older teeth, unlike harder nuts that can pose dental risks. Even their color is a health signal. The green and purple hues come from antioxidants that fight the free radicals responsible for aging and disease. And here's a bonus: the act of shelling pistachios naturally slows down your eating. Research in the International Journal of Obesity found that seeing empty shells helps people pace themselves and avoid overeating, great for weight control and mindfulness. Seniors with arthritis can look for pistachios that are partially opened for easier access without losing the shelling benefit. Daily tip: aim for about 49 pistachios a day, unsalted or lightly salted. Each ounce also gives you 3 grams of fiber, which helps with blood sugar control, important for the 1 in 4 seniors with diabetes or prediabetes. Number 1. Brazil nuts, the thyroid and nerve protector. Topping the list is the mighty Brazil nut, a true superfood for aging bodies. Why? It's the richest natural source of selenium, a mineral critical for healthy thyroid function. Just one Brazil nut gives you 137% of your daily selenium needs. And that's a big deal because thyroid issues affect up to 20% of seniors, and often go unnoticed due to vague symptoms that mimic aging. Selenium supports the conversion of thyroid hormone into its active form, which helps regulate energy, mood, and metabolism. But that's not all. Brazil nuts also contain special fatty acids that protect myelin, the sheath around nerves that declines with age. Keeping myelin healthy helps maintain coordination, reaction speed, and mental sharpness. Unlike synthetic supplements, the selenium in Brazil nuts is highly bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs and uses it more efficiently. And thanks to their rich, buttery taste, you only need a couple to feel satisfied. Pro tip: stick to just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day. They're powerful, and too much selenium can actually be harmful. Choose nuts in the shell when possible to protect the nutrients longer, and store them in the fridge to keep their healthy oils from spoiling. Bonus: the combo of fiber and healthy fats in Brazil nuts helps keep things moving, supporting regularity in digestion. And emerging research even suggests they may help protect telomeres, those caps at the ends of chromosomes that influence how we age on a cellular level. Now that we've covered the best nuts to eat after 65, let's talk about the ones to limit or avoid, starting with number 4, peanuts, the inflammation trigger. Despite their popularity, peanuts come with a long list of concerns, especially for seniors. First off, they're not true nuts, but legumes, which grow underground and are more prone to mold contamination. This makes them a top source of aflatoxins, toxins that can damage your liver and raise cancer risk, especially dangerous for older adults with slower detox systems. Peanuts can also trigger low-grade inflammation even in people without allergies. That inflammation can worsen joint pain, stress the heart, and even accelerate memory loss. On top of that, peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which most people already get too much of, throwing off the balance with anti-inflammatory omega-3s. For seniors on blood thinners like warfarin, peanuts' vitamin K content can interfere with the medication. And most commercial peanut butters. They're loaded with added salt, sugar, and hydrogenated oils. Bad news for aging hearts and arteries. Even natural versions often have hidden sodium. Improper storage also makes peanuts prone to rancidity, creating harmful free radicals. And the typical dry roasting process forms acrylamide, a compound linked to faster cognitive decline. If you've been eating peanuts regularly, consider switching to one of the healthier nuts we've covered. Just a few days a week can make a real difference. Number 3, cashews. The hidden risks behind the creamy crunch. Cashews might seem like a safe, tasty snack, but for seniors, they come with a list of risks that are often overlooked. Their soft, curved shape may look harmless, but it actually makes them one of the most commonly aspirated nuts, meaning they're a choking hazard, especially for those with swallowing difficulties. Nutritionally, cashews are high in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in your digestive system, which reduces how much of that calcium your body can absorb. That's a major concern for older adults already facing an increased risk of osteoporosis. Oxalates can also contribute to kidney stones, and that risk rises significantly after the age of 60. And there's more. Cashews go through intensive processing to remove urushiol, the same toxic compound found in poison ivy. That process often involves high heat, which can damage some of the nut's nutritional value. Many store-bought cashews are oil-roasted and salted, adding unhealthy fats and sodium that raise blood pressure and stress the cardiovascular system. Cashews also contain enzyme inhibitors that can interfere with protein digestion. Bad news for seniors, who already tend to absorb protein less efficiently. Their creamy texture makes them easy to overeat, which can quietly lead to weight gain at a stage in life where metabolism slows and maintaining a healthy weight is harder. If you're eating cashews regularly, think about gradually switching to walnuts or almonds, which offer better nutrition with fewer drawbacks for aging bodies. Number 2, macadamia nuts. The caloric bomb. Macadamia nuts are rich, buttery, and satisfying, but they're also one of the worst choices for seniors trying to stay healthy. Why? They pack a massive 200 calories per ounce, making them the highest calorie nut on the market. That's a big problem when your metabolism slows with age and weight management becomes tougher. They're also extremely high in fat, about 22 grams per ounce, which can put a strain on the gallbladder, especially for the 15% of seniors with silent gallstones. That extra fat can trigger painful episodes and digestive issues that might otherwise stay dormant. Macadamias are also high in saturated fat, around 3 grams per ounce, which contributes to higher LDL cholesterol, a key concern for seniors managing heart health. Their dense, hard texture poses dental risks for anyone with crowns, bridges, or weakened teeth. And from a practical perspective, macadamias are one of the most expensive nuts, which means seniors may end up buying lower-quality batches that are poorly stored or rancid, introducing oxidized fats that are harmful to the body. Most commercial macadamias are also salted and oil-roasted, adding unnecessary sodium and damaged fats. Their strong flavor can lead to overconsumption, especially for seniors who've lost some taste sensitivity and tend to seek out richer foods. And here's something most people don't know. Many of the heart health studies on nuts excluded high-fat varieties like macadamias, meaning they may not offer the cardiovascular benefits we often assume. If you enjoy macadamias, consider switching to pistachios instead. They offer a crunchy, flavorful experience with a much more senior-friendly nutritional profile. Number 1. Pine nuts, the medication disruptor. At the top of the list of nuts to avoid for seniors, pine nuts. Despite their mild flavor and tiny size, they present some of the most serious health concerns, especially for older adults on medications. Pine nuts can interact with over 60% of commonly prescribed senior medications, including blood pressure meds, statins, and certain antidepressants. These interactions can reduce a drug's effectiveness or create unexpected side effects, something most doctors and pharmacists rarely warn patients about. Another major concern is pine nut syndrome, a condition where eating pine nuts causes a lingering bitter or metallic taste in the mouth that can last for weeks. For seniors, this isn't just annoying. It can lead to a loss of appetite, decreased food intake, and a slow but dangerous decline in nutrition. And here's a startling fact. Did you know that eating the wrong nuts regularly can raise your risk of heart disease by up to 48% after the age of 60? That figure isn't made up. It comes from a multi-year study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. The scary truth is that many seniors think they're making healthy choices. But some of the most common nuts sitting in kitchen cabinets can quietly raise blood pressure, trigger inflammation, clog arteries, and even accelerate cognitive decline. One popular nut, even featured in many low-carb diets, has been linked to elevated levels of a toxic compound that accumulates in the liver, kidneys, and brain over time. But don't worry, we're breaking it all down in this video, from the safest, most heart-friendly nuts to the ones you should absolutely avoid. Continuing with pine nuts, a hidden risk with serious consequences. For some seniors, regularly consuming pine nuts can quietly lead to significant health issues. One major concern: many people who experience pine nut syndrome report a sharp drop in appetite due to a persistent metallic or bitter taste that can linger for weeks. While that might seem like just an annoyance, it can be devastating for seniors, potentially leading to nutritional decline and unwanted weight loss. Age-related changes to taste receptors and detoxification pathways might explain why older adults are affected at higher rates. But that's just the beginning. Pine nuts are high in pollen-saturated fats, which oxidize quickly, forming inflammatory compounds that spread throughout the body. For seniors already managing arthritis or chronic inflammation, this can make symptoms worse. Their small size and slippery texture also pose a real choking hazard, especially for anyone with swallowing difficulties or taking medications that cause dry mouth, something over 70% of seniors deal with when on multiple prescriptions. Nutritionally, pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that disrupt protein digestion, which is especially problematic since protein absorption naturally declines with age. Even when pine nuts are eaten in pesto, one of their most popular forms, the high oil content makes it a calorie-dense food, adding to the weight management challenges that become more common after 65. Most alarming of all, emerging research suggests that certain compounds in pine nuts may accelerate age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. So while pine nuts might seem like a gourmet ingredient, for seniors they come with more risks than rewards. These were the 4 nuts you should consider avoiding. After 65, making smart choices about the nuts you eat can have a tremendous impact on your heart, brain, bones, and energy as you age. Small, informed dietary changes can deliver remarkable long-term results. And now we want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a health change, good or bad, after adding or removing certain nuts from your diet? Which one made the biggest difference for you? Drop your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching.